Hello, I'm Megan Hustwaite and welcome to the biggest edition of the NBL1 Show yet. And joining me at the desk, as always, is Pete Hooley.
Good to be here, Megan, and what a weekend we've had. All the conferences are up and running, gave us some elite performances once again, but two of the biggest storylines out of this weekend, I don't think they'll be eclipsed so far this season, just an individual performance, an incredible buzz beater. I'm looking forward to chatting to one of those superstars and then having a look at the other one.
Unprecedented scenes and highlights to boot. We've got all the highlights coming up today. You've seen them on Instagram over the weekend, but we have an action-packed show coming up today. So let's get straight into it. NBL1 North is underway and we are happy about it. And of course, our Opals, we predicted they were going to have big campaigns and they certainly got off to a good start. Kayla George at Mackay, she's going to be putting up some big numbers and she started with 22 points, 20 rebounds and 6 assists against Cairns. And Maddie Rocci, one to watch. Maddie
Rocci is going to be one of the most exciting players we've seen in the country and in the green and gold as well. But she had 17, 10 and 7 assists for Southwest Metro. And she's a big chance to average a triple-double in the NBL1 North. She just gets better week in and week out and looks like she has fun doing it every single time.
MVP numbers from Maddie Rocci. Speaking of NBL1 North, let's take a look at the men's action now. We had a game winner and that's what we like to see.
Well, Gold Coast Jared Eustace, whose 3 got the Rollers, that 1-point win over Ipswich. And normally in a game winner, you'd think, okay, we're going to talk a bit more about that. But there's a bigger game winner that we'll touch on in a sec, but always good to get a nice win, especially in the first round. That's what you want to be delivering.
I love that, and I love the scenes from the crowd because we've spoken about the crowd so often on the NBL1 Show, just having them back, and I love seeing those arms in the air and the celebrations. So Sunshine Coast are on top of the men's ladder following a 98-56 win over USC Rip City. Oh, that is a sick name.
It is. Well, we've seen some big performances that, and then the Logan in the women's leading as well. And finally, NBL1 North's up and running, and once we talk about the NBL finishing, they're going to be loaded with more talent, but we've seen some elite talent already.
We have, and we've also got some signings in NBL1 North. I know Tiana Mangakar here has just come back from America. She's in hotel quarantine and we'll be seeing her in action soon with a few others, so can't wait. Now, we also can't wait for this one because we've been waiting all weekend for the NBL1 Show so we can show you this unbelievable full court game winner
in the West. This is what you dream of. And there was a little bit of conjecture. Maybe it was after the siren had sounded or the lights had gone off. But originally, the cameraman didn't even know. The original footage, you don't even get to see if it goes in if it wasn't for the team's reaction. But don't have a replay system in the NBL one. So you've got to go on your gut feel, and the referees came together. And if it's that close, you just have to give it. You know how hard that shot is? Just a one-arm sling?
No.
It's incredible. That is... As a person, if you do that, you'll never have a better game winner in your life. And even if it is for a full court one-arm heave, that you'll just wake up and you'll keep playing over and over. That is an incredible game winner, and I'm glad that it got the all clear. Because if you hit that and they get told, it was half a second late, so we've got to wave it off, you'll be the flattest person for the rest of your life. Incredible game winner.
So they only needed a rebound to take it into OT, but Wunderberg wanted it more, launching it from the other side of the court, as we saw. So great that we got that other camera angle because, as you said, it was so quick.
Oh, just great. As you said,
so
only needed overtime. May as well just throw up a prayer, Hail Mary, and just more luck than good. But hey, that's something that now you get to live and keep forever.
Oh my gosh, I bet his phone's broken.
Oh, it would be.
After the weekend.
Absolutely.
So the game winner himself finished with 11 points and 7 rebounds. Geraldton beat Rockingham by 3 points. Let's move on to NBL1 South now. Well, there's a lot of highlights from this performance because Keely Froling, 52 points, a new NBL1 scoring record.
Well, that to go with 26 rebounds. And I just saw it on social medias after we finished playing, and I was like, there's a typo here. There's no way someone can put up that kind of stat line. This is the single best stat line we'll see all season because we've seen triple doubles, we've seen people get close to quadruple doubles. 52 and 26. It's insane. And the Froling name just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I've said it before, the Froling sisters can beat the brothers. And with stats like this, they're going to have their work cut out for them.
So we want to have an all-star game, don't we? That's what we're sort of on the organising committee for that. Surely we can organise some sort of Froling
100%.
competition, like a round robin?
We'll get that done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But also, those numbers from a big. Like we saw Steph Reid put up 50 in the first season in 2019, but 52 points from a big. in this league. And as you said, 26 boards.
Well, she's averaging 35 and 21. Like, this is an incredible start to the season for her, and I'm just really excited to see her go even further because she's only going to keep getting better. And we've seen how elite she can be in the WNBL, and now the confidence is clearly flowing over. And I'm excited to see her ceiling is huge.
Yeah, it is. And a double-double in every game for the Tawns so far this season. Well, it's time to catch up with a new record holder of NBL1, and we head down to Tassie, to Launceston to be specific. And here she is now, Keely Froling, fresh from 52 points and 26 boards on the weekend. Wow, Keely.
Hi, Megan. Thanks for having me today.
I was just asking you off air, has your social media ever blown up as much? And you were just telling me about what you've got to do to your phone at night. Can you tell us?
Yeah. So especially the last couple of nights, I've just had to put it on moon otherwise it's buzzing all night, which is really nice, but it's it's been exciting.
So 52 points, it's the new scoring record in NBL1. Take me through that performance on Saturday night. You obviously knew when you hit the 50 because there was a bit of a celebration around the stadium, which was lovely.
Yeah, I think it was a great team game all around, and I got to, I think it was like 42, and everyone was saying, well, you've got to get 50 now. So then there was a bit of pressure on, and it took a while to get that 50th point, which was, I think I missed a few shots, and the crowd would go, oh, and you could hear them. And I was like, I know, guys, I'm almost there. So it was really nice to get that 50.
You've been in absolutely stunning form for the Tawns. How much are you enjoying your basketball in this NBL1 season?
Yeah, I'm loving it. The Launceston Tornadoes have been awesome, and I think it's just an ideal environment for me on the court and off the court, and the group's awesome. The girls have been really great, and we're working so hard. I think we're training so much, and we're in the gym 3 times a week, and our coaching staff are awesome, and then our board's been awesome as well. So to have just this ideal environment for me, and I'm having a lot of fun too. So you're seeing that translate onto the court.
You're having a double-double every game to start the season, which is incredible. How important is the season for you and what you want to achieve in between WNBL seasons and, of course, your Australian representative duties?
Yeah, absolutely. I use this season to work on things that I want to in WNBL, and then, and working towards that Olympic Games with 3-on-3 as well. So for me, I'm just doing a lot of training at the moment and using everything I can, every opportunity I can to just get better and better and look at this Olympic Games, and then moving forward, hopefully try and crack that Opals team, and then, just keep getting better as a player.
So it's a hectic year because, as you said, Olympics, you've got to qualify for the Olympics first. So can you take us through what things look like for 3-on-3 at the moment?
Yeah, so the team's announced today, actually, I think, and then we'll go, all going to plan, go to Austria on Saturday, and then that qualify hopefully for an Olympic Games. And then, so this is really our biggest hurdle, is this qualification tournament in Austria, and then if that all goes to plan, then an Olympic Games in July. So it's all happening really quick, and I'm really excited about it, but definitely getting a little bit nervous now as well.
Oh my gosh, it's so soon. I didn't realise it was all this week. Given that, what confidence do you take over there on the back of this campaign and this hot form that you are in NBL1?
Yeah, obviously 3-on-3 is a bit of a different game, but we've had a few training camps with 3-on-3 as well, and I've been really happy with how I've been performing in that. So, and then I've been working on tons of things off the court, or like in individuals and that for 3-on-3, but then also in 5-on-5, and been trying out some of those moves in 5-on-5, so that then hopefully for 3x3 we can I can take that over there and get to an Olympic Games.
Yes. Now, we know you are part of basketball royalty in this country with Shane Frole, your mum Jenny Froling, and then all your siblings. And we'll talk about your twin in a moment. But what will it mean, not just for you, but for the Froling family, to potentially play in Olympic Games in really a matter of weeks?
Yeah, it would be awesome. I think, that's something nothing in our family's achieved yet. So to be the first one will be awesome because obviously I'll have bragging rights. But I think, we're all working towards that goal eventually. So for me, it's just going to be a really great experience, I think. And hopefully I can get there and, still a few more steps to go to get there. But I think they'd be so proud. And, we're all working hard and we're all at different points in our careers. But that's kind of the ultimate goal for everyone.
Okay, so growing up in the Froling family, these 4 siblings, yourself, your twin Alicia, Harry and Samson, how competitive was it? And give us a bit of an insight into growing up, because I feel like it would, there would have been a few brawls.
Yeah, there was definitely some brawls and definitely some blood. We used to shoot all the time on our outdoor court on the driveway, and there was like pebbles and you'd always have skin off your toes, kick your toes, and then obviously there was fights and that too. But it also was a really great supportive environment to have, 4 super competitive siblings that always everyone's trying to be better than the other one, so we're always working hard, and you always had someone to rebound or shoot with or play one-on-one with. And you're seeing that success now. We can look back and be so thankful for it now, but at the time, it just was normal to us that we were at the gym every day and always competing against each other and trying to outdo each other. But it's nice now to see this success that we've had, and hopefully we'll have a lot more as we get a little bit older.
You're still competing with your twin Alicia. You played against each other for the first time in the WNBL last season and now going head to head in NBL1. What is it like? And the second part of the question, what's the winning record between you and Alicia?
Yeah, well, I'll happily answer the second part of the question is I am now 3-0, so I haven't lost to her yet, which she's not happy about, but I obviously am stoked about. But it's always great going against Alicia. It's so physical and competitive. And I think when we played Ballarat a few weeks ago, even the referees didn't know what to do because we were just beating each other up. And I think everyone was like, oh my gosh, what is this, like a twin fight or something? And, there's no love lost on the court, but then off the court, obviously we're sisters and best friends. So it's really nice. And it's always nice for me when I come out with a win. So I'm happy at the end of it.
You must be happy to see her playing for Ballarat. Obviously, she was set to last season, but she's kind of at the start of her pro journey back here in Australia. So you must be really excited to see her begin her own path.
Yeah, absolutely. She had a really rough run at the end of her college career and then coming into even starting WNBL. So for now to see her back playing and playing really well, I think, and really solid is nice. And it's just great to see and nice to play against her too.
Now, the exciting news keeps coming for you. You've just signed with the Sydney Flames for the next WNBL season, a big move for you. What was the reasoning behind it?
Yeah, I think, obviously I've been at Canberra for 5 seasons now and they've been awesome, but just felt like time for a change. And obviously I was speaking with Shane Hill and he just said all the right things and really kind of chased after me quite hard. And I think the vision that he has for the club and the vision that the Sydney Flames have is awesome and something that I want to be a part of. So it really was a no-brainer for me to sign there.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We can't wait for the WNBL season, but of course, plenty of NBL1 and hopefully an Olympics before then. Now, before we let you go, because you do have to get back to work, we do love catching up with our guests here on the NBL1 Show, and the background on the Zoom is always a point of interest. So where do we find you right now?
Yeah, so I've actually got a tea break at work at the moment. I'm working at Imbalance in Launceston, so the physio clinic. So this is my little office.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so it's been perfect. I said off the court as well here because I'm working 1.5 days a week, which is really nice as a new grad physio to kind of keep my hand in, but still allow me lots of time to do basketball. So, my work Imbalance have been awesome, but Launceston Tornadoes have been awesome too to keep, organise all this. And yeah, like I said, it's then translating onto the floor.
Yeah, that's great to hear you doing big things on and off the floor. Great to see you, Keely. Well done on your huge performance at the weekend.
Thanks for having me.
Well, from one star of NBL1 to another, it's time to catch up with our next guest on the show this week, and it's a very big warm welcome to Jeremy Kendle.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, you got off to a very nice start at the weekend. That must have felt good.
Yeah, it was a great win. It was just awesome to see, the NBL1 back in action here in in Queensland, and it was fun to be a part of it.
Now, it's been a bit of a roller coaster journey for the last few months for you, and you've been around a couple of NBL teams, injury replacement. But how does it feel now to finally be in a place where you can just focus on the next game or coming on the weekend, and you know where you're going to be? You don't have to worry about perhaps getting shipped off somewhere else.
Yeah, it's it's good to have security and an understanding of where you're going to be in the next few months, and but at the same time, that's the part of the job, I guess, as a professional. You got to understand that's the part of the business. And I think, the experiences in the NBL this season helped me grow and develop on and off the court. So definitely don't take those for granted. And I was very, very grateful for them.
Talk a bit about your mindset with those different experiences, because you've been injury replacement for a couple of teams. Every team that you've seemed to have signed with, you've come in and produced and shown that you can more than capable of playing at the NBL level. But what is your mindset knowing as an injury replacement that you're only a week or so away from someone coming back from injury and you never know what happens next? Because you always seem to be perfectly ready to take your opportunities.
Yeah, it's a different gig, But at the same time, I know my value doesn't decrease because it's a injury replacement contract or a temporary opportunity. My value is cemented in what I believe in and my convictions. And I know I can play with the best of basketball players. So I just go out there and do my job and try to add value however I can on and off the court. And I know that if I do that good things will happen.
What's the experience like being in those teams, given it's still kind of a COVID environment right now? What's that been like? Because it's a lot for, a full-time player, but given you've been around a few teams, can you take us through that?
Yeah, for me personally, not being able to bring imports over, and when they do bring them over, they got to quarantine and all that. It's been, it's worked for my good. However, it's just a different ball game now all across the world with what COVID has introduced. It's new challenges for clubs and players. I know a lot of professional athletes, COVID has really, given them a bit of perspective and showed them what's really important in life, and that basketball is just temporary. So it's been a crazy experience, but it's definitely something that I don't take for granted.
Well, we have loved watching what you do, and now we get to see it every weekend in the NBL1 North. But you've had some pretty big injuries over your career, and you keep being able to come back and deliver again. You talk about being mentally tough through a COVID aspect and season, and as a professional, how have you dealt with being able to come back and still play at such a high level and such good basketball?
Great people in your corner, great physios, doctors, and I have a phenomenal wife who supports everything that I do. Just people who believe in you. That's a big blessing. And also I know that the pain is just temporary, or the setbacks and adversities is temporary, that there's a joy coming if you stay true to what you believe. And no matter what setbacks I have on and off the court, I'm going to keep staying true to my convictions and pressing on in faith. And I guess I have a little bit of a deeper perspective when it comes to injuries, since I've had so many surgeries throughout my career, and most recently with the ACL. And it's been 2 years now. It's no fun in the moment, but I know that if you just keep your perspective and keep doing what the doctors are telling you and keep your positive attitude, that eventually you'll have that breakthrough, and that's what's happened for me.
You've also begun your coaching journey. Can you take us through what last year looked like for you basketball-wise?
Yeah, I signed as a player coach last year in the NBL1, that the season that got canceled by COVID, obviously. But I think it was awesome. It was a great opportunity. I couldn't pass it up. I've started my own coaching business. I just love giving back to people and serving people and building them on and off the court. And, given that I was going to come back from ACL, that would have been my first season. I thought that, it was just a great opportunity. And, I know that after basketball, when I hang up the sneakers, I know that that's the career path that I'll choose. And I think that, I've had phenomenal coaching throughout my career, high school, college, professionally. So I think that the best leaders, produce the next wave of leaders. So I think it's only right that I go down that path.
Well, you're doing a really good job at that, but NBL1 North kicked off. You had a triple-double. When you speak a bit about how lucky we are in Australia right now to be playing basketball with fans packing the stands, how did that feel when you talk about being a coach? These young guys are running around and girls, they get to watch you on weekends now. So how does that feel to be able to run back out there with some fans around?
Yeah, I mean, the fans are phenomenal at Logan. I think that, all of Queensland, there's going to be great fan base for NBL1. I mean, the Bullets games are drawing a lot of fans. It's just great to see people in the stands. And I know that, people really miss sport. Mm-hmm. And, basketball is such an intimate sport. You're close to the action as a fan. And, I'm just very happy to see people coming out and supporting it. And the way that basketball is growing in Australia, it just makes sense.
Well, we're very lucky to have you in the competition. Before we let you go, I want to ask you, we know what kind of player you are, right? But what kind of coach is Jeremy Kendle?
I'll be a coach that corrects wrong, praises right, and rewards effort. Hopefully I can do those things, and I'm not going to lend too much of the strategic ways and all the principles that I'll apply and all the inside information yet. But I just hope I'm a coach who just serves the people that I'm coaching and makes them better. I think that's something that I take pride in, and hopefully I can continue to do that in my coaching career.
Well, I can tell you what, he's one of the best blokes you meet. So if the referee makes a mistake, he's not going to block. He's just going to, excuse me, sir, I think you might have missed that one. And then I reckon they'll get a makeup call down the other end. Mate, good to talk to you. We love seeing you back on the court, and we can't wait to see what's in store for you this year.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the opportunity.
Team of the week time now on the NBL1 Show. Let's start with the women and getting us underway. Chelsea Brooke putting up some huge numbers for Mackay.
Oh, 37, 11 and 5 versus Cairns. That's going to find yourself on Team of the Week. And with all these league performances, we're going to cut it down. Your team has to win to get into the Team of the Week. That's going to be the way we look at it now because there's just too many good performances around the league. And then Ellie Collins from Hobart, 24 and 11 versus Diamond Valley. That double-double is going to find you in there.
Definitely, and their first win too. So she played a huge role in getting them on the board. Into our special guest this week, Keely Froling, 52 points, 26 rebounds. You're not going to hear those numbers again.
Well, if you are, it's probably going to be Keely Froling putting them up again. It's just a ridiculous stat line the more often you hear it said, and she's definitely in the Team of the Week. And then Alex Sharp from Willetton, 16, 20 rebounds and 7 assists versus Perry Lakes, and then a 20 and 12 game versus the Eastern Suns. That's a nice little weekend.
She's putting up some good numbers at the moment, Alex Sharp. So is her teammate Samantha Lubke, 26.7 rebounds against Perry Lakes, and then 37 points and 10 boards against the Eastern Suns. Let's crack into the men's Team of the Week for NBL1. And, of course, getting us underway is our other special guest today, Jeremy Kendle.
Well, a triple-double is going to more often than not find you in there. And he had the 29, 12 and 10 versus the Red City. That's a good start for him. And Oliver Hayes-Brown, he's put together some pretty big games so far in the NBL1 South for Dandenong. 31 and 16 and followed up with 23 and 16 versus Melbourne. A massive weekend for him, averaging 27 and 16. And another one, this guy has NBL aspirations, Nick Pozzoglu for Coburn, 16 and 12 versus Eastern Suns, 24 and 16. That's a big weekend for him. We talk about NBL1 West getting back underway. He can flat out play, and I'm hoping that he does get a chance to show what he can do more consistently with some time in the NBL1.
It's a good time to be an Al Barker at Frankston, isn't it?
They've
got a couple of them, and they are on fire. Lucas Barker, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, flirting with a triple against Bendigo.
And to round out Team of the Week, Matthew Angmuit from Geraldton, 34 and 5. Now, this man's been around. We've seen him in the NBL. He's played on a couple of different teams. He was with Bendigo as well. He can flat out score. He's going to look forward to being the main guy on the Buccaneers.
Look at that hairstyle from Oliver. Love it.
Well, when he played up to it, we played against him the other week. He's a big body, and he's just playing some really confident basketball right now.
Would you ever pull the hair?
I'm losing my hair, so you're talking about growing hair at the back. I'll be Nathan Jones in a little bit.
And how are the Spectres going before we finish?
We hit a little bit of a rough patch, but we'll be all right. We've got some injuries we're dealing with, and still early on in the season, so we'll get things rolling soon.
And how's your schedule? Because, of course, you've got broadcast commitments, NBL1 commitments. You're a busy boy.
I am. I find out every Monday, so we'll see. It's a bit difficult right now, but the NBL's heating up towards finals. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you saw all the highlights all weekend long on our socials. It is the place to be, Pete.
Oh, it is. Especially, we talk about the Instagram. That's where all the highlights, even in the stories, we get a lot of highlights around the country at NBL1. So follow all the socials to get those highlights, because who knows, there might be another full court game winner.
They are the best in the business. Thanks for joining us on the NBL1 Show. Enjoy this big round of hoops. We'll see you next week.